Hello, Hina, and welcome to hashtag M Factor. This podcast is specially designed for media, marketing, and money, money, money.
Lovely meeting you, Monica. Thank you so much for having me. I was so excited when you told me about the podcast.
Thank you so much for taking out time. And guys, this is Hina. Hina is the marketing head for Grand Flora salons all over Dubai and one of the most wonderful, prettiest girls I've ever found in Dubai.
Thank you. She flatters me a lot, really.
So, Hina, this podcast, as you know, is all about taking a glimpse of how brands actually become brands with visionaries like you. So, tell us. So let's first start with what Hina is. Let's forget about Grand Flora at the moment.
Okay.
Let's know more about Hina.
So like you mentioned, I handle the marketing aspect of Grand Flora. Actually, for Grand Flora Group, we're a group of businesses. It's a family-run business. They've been in the business industry for 35 years right now.
35 years.
I think we reached the 35 mark this year.
Oh.
So growing up, I've always been part of the business. I mean, ever since I can remember, we would after school go over there. It was our play area. We had a lot of fun. Really, we would just make a mess of the whole place after school, just have fun. And then once we got older, our responsibilities grew. We wanted to help out as kids, so it would be small stuff like small errands, like go get me this, go get me that, and then gradually, say we went up to maybe taking a job of a supervisor or sitting in the main cash or communicating with the customers
is
and the
it
manager.
something you decided, or is it something your parents used to decide that, okay, no, after school you're supposed to come here and do certain tasks, or you used to feel by yourself that, okay, no, I'm here and I'm getting involved in things?
No, it was a very natural thing. It was never as, oh, we're going to a workplace. For us, we grew up in it. So it didn't really matter that, oh, are we going back home? Are we going towards a salon? Because we were very young back then. And my mom jokes to this day. She goes, we went from the hospital to the salons back to the, it's from the salons, hospital, and back to the salon. So we really been brought up in there, so I got to see a lot of people, a lot of different cultures we were experienced. And then working, gradually we went, and then there was a phase where I was like, maybe I don't want to get into the family business, maybe I want to look into a different this thing. And then for a year or so I did try to pursue it. In university I was taking different courses to see, but end of the day I realized that this is where I want to
That's the
be,
best.
because my parents and their parents before them established such a wonderful business. And
That's
really
true.
the message Grand Flora gives, I love it. And that's, if I ever were to create a brand, I would keep the same message going forward.
That can go undebatable. I
Yeah.
love the space of Grand Flora, and to all the people who are listening to this podcast, you must once in a while go there. If you're a man, so I think you're not blessed enough, but for all the females, this one spot you should must check out in Dubai.
Oh, definitely. It was a lot of women empowerment, which I really believed in. Growing up, I saw my mom working, I saw my aunt, they were the ones leading the business. Even my grandmom, they were the women of the house who were making the decision, they were working. So in a way that really encouraged me to like step forward instead of being in my shell, like step forward, see how the working life is. And honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better environment.
That's true.
Really.
But Hina, how do you feel? Because it's such a blessing to have a family business. But I mean, since you are in UAE, you were born and brought up here,
Yes.
if I'm not wrong. So how was it? Because we as outsiders, we always as expats, we always perceive that it's a very conservative culture. So at that time, I mean, I think we're talking about 20-25 years
Yeah.
back. When your mother stepped into this thing, and of course it's a female-led business. So
Yes.
she must have been so strong to take this legacy and to build up this legacy for you guys. And again, moving your kids to the same business is another task and challenge which I'm seeing nowadays.
Moving the kids into business, I would say that's more on my dad's part, Because as the business was growing, like I said, Grand Flora Group is multiple this thing. And even to a point where he was like, because we have so much for the ladies, let's have one for the men's as well. So we do
Okay, it
have.
was the other way around.
Yeah.
Very interesting, yeah.
It was Dad who started the business, but it was the women of my family who ran the business. And even to this day, they're the one who's running the business and doing a wonderful job at it, really. And to answer your previous question, growing up over here, thing is, I couldn't tell the difference of whether me being Indian, I've never really considered this not to be my house. So this is where I've been born, this is where I grew up. I take a lot of my values, morals from here itself, other than my parents, what like the Emirati culture has taught me. So growing up, it was very. I mean, I wouldn't ever complain or wanna move out.
You yourself a part of the culture now,
Yes.
that I could see.
So because our clients are say 99% Emirati ladies, and when I say they are the most beautiful,
I saw it in our
women
last
ever.
event,
Yes.
which we did for you, and amazingly, I mean, all the
Yes.
women over there, the staff, and of course it flows upside down.
Yes, true. Because other than that, we've also grown up seeing a lot of different cultures. We have around, say, 30 to 40 plus different nationalities that we
Oh my
work
God,
with.
okay.
Yes, so it was always nice to always get a lot from different. I would always be taking, okay, maybe this culture has something exciting, but end of the day, it was the Emirati culture, the Indian culture mixed together. Just the harmony of it was beautiful.
Superb. So Hina, like you are very young, the fresh blood for the
Yes.
for Grand Flora salons, I would say. So how did you change the marketing perspective, or did you change the marketing perspective, or you are just continuing with what was being handed over to you?
So initially, when I got into marketing, I was not into marketing. I did not study it. I mean, we did courses back in uni, but that wasn't my major. What I did do was business development. As you can see, the first part of my position is business development and marketing manager. So that's what I was leading. And down the line, somehow our path crossed, marketing and this thing crossed,
Yeah.
and then
Because I think there's a very fine line between business development, sales,
Yes.
and marketing altogether.
Very fine line. So I remember my aunt, who's the director of salons, she went, Hina, do you mind stepping into this position temporarily until we find a replacement? And I was like, why not? And then from there, I discovered a lot, really. I loved it. And it was a long process where I was learning. And then we slowly started transforming. But initially, we wouldn't really do marketing. There was no marketing.
Because actually
because
don't need, I guess, at that time.
more than that, we relied on our customers and word of mouth, the very traditional ways of marketing. And that was very successful for us because, one, we come from a very conservative culture work-wise and customer-wise. So we were never the ones to kind of advertise ourselves. It was always just either word of mouth or maybe an event or two we would sponsor. But down the line, our generation saw how marketing is shifting. So we tried many different things in the start. My first year, we experimented with social media. We experimented with events, and we were like, you know what? It was very hard to change. I will tell you that it was very
So
hard.
were you fighting with
Consistently. I would always, and I am very stubborn.
So
as
like
to what
it must be
they
like your
think.
mom was telling you, why do you need marketing? We're already doing good.
Yes, I got that a lot, to be honest.
Okay.
They never understood the concept of it, and any company which is new to it would obviously say, what's the point of marketing when the company is doing well, like alhamdulillah. But for me, it was to reach a bigger audience, to show what Grand Flora is, kind of send the brand message across. Because rather than converting them into our clients or anything, it was just that I really believed in the brand and the message we have. And I wanted to convey that forward, just going, end of the day, take a break for yourself, come back to us, we'll pamper you. that kind of energy. So moving, like initially we started small. We did the basics that we do, the social medias were up and running, the influencers, but it was a very bumpy ride. And then gradually we moved on to the bigger aspects of it, where we are doing full-fledged events. There's always some campaign or another running.
Right.
So
But
that's
I
been
think that's the most interesting and the creative part of.
Oh yeah, like for me right now, rather than business development, I spend a lot of time in marketing.
Yeah.
So
Because
it's
most of the
really
times I
interesting.
call you, but I mean, I always keep on hearing this. I'm in a shoot right now.
Yeah,
You know, so I
it's
think
very
that
time
those things
consuming.
take much of the time and the energy.
Yeah, it
Um,
does. But I honestly like both my positions. I'm a person that can't sit well in just one chair. I need to be moving around. I
Right.
need to be wearing
That I
multiple
know.
hats.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I
true.
mean, I take after my mom and dad, really. They are
So,
who
what is
led me.
this strong Hina like? Is it more like the mum or the dad?
I feel like I'm a perfect blend of both of them.
Oh, okay.
So for me, I always learn from them. So I love sitting and listening to them and how they've guided the business. Obviously, when I was younger, I'd be like, what are you telling me? It's okay. Like, none of that works anymore. But end of the day, they ended up being right, and
course, yeah.
what they were doing and what kind of advice they give is always what I openly take. I really like their approach. But I would say my work personality is more like my dad's, whereas my personal personality is in mom's, like
That's
my
why you're the
morals.
perfect
Yeah,
blend
it's
of
a good.
elegance and, a hard
Thank you,
worker.
thank
Right.
you. But I get that a lot. People can't pinpoint who I take after more. They're like, who is it? But end of the day, I'd say it's a nice mix of both. I try to take what's best from each of them and use it in work.
And the most beautiful part that I've seen in you is you are blessed, definitely, with all the things, but still you take that time out to make sure that people around you are comfortable and you move out of your comfort zone to make them comfortable.
Honestly, again, something I've learned from my parents. They've always, number one rule for any company policy or anything was staff comfort first.
Yeah.
It was always staff, it was always the people we work with before everyone else, even before clients, even before themselves. They would prioritize them, because end of the day, that's also what I've learned is we are working together, and I really like collaborating with people, and it's the
Collaboration
respect
is
that goes a long way.
Definitely the new currency
Yeah, definitely.
in town.
Yeah, definitely. So again, I mean, going back, anything you'll ask me, I will be pulling my parents into this. I feel like I should have them right here with me.
So here comes the mom, here comes the dad.
But it is something they have put into the company as well, where they always believed, and till today, I believe a lot of people can vouch for me when I say this. It is a very family-like environment. We truly believe in that. We believe in more than just colleagues. We are a family that work together. We are there majority of our lives, really. We are there 8 to 9 hours a day. So it's really about working in your best environment. And it always makes a person better, really. If I
That's
can
true.
support you, if I can value you, you would always reach higher and aim to do better.
And more for women, it is like one woman uplifting the
Yes.
other woman, or scratching
Definitely.
other women's back is like
Oh,
it takes you to
definitely.
tenfold higher.
Really, for me, like recently we did a campaign for International Women's Day.
Yeah.
It was very short and simple, but I got to see, like, I really got to revisit the ladies we have and we work with, and I was just like in awe. Really, I was like, wow. Like, sometimes you never take a step back and just appreciate what you have in front of you. That day I did get to, I was seeing the women speak about themselves, their work, or maybe just anything in general about women when we asked them questions, and it was just really wholesome to go, wow, we work with such empowering women, regardless of where they come from, how they've been brought up, what language they speak. It's part of them working like Grand Flora family.
Right. I always feel in this, every soul has a story to tell.
Oh yeah.
and it's very beautiful and it's very heartening when you hear those stories out.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I would say we have some of the staff with us for around 25 plus years.
Oh my God,
Really,
okay.
and I remember I used to
So is
keep
it
calling
like the
them.
mom was working, now the daughter is working?
Oh, we do
Have you
have
seen, you
families.
have
Yes, we
something like that?
definitely have families.
Yeah.
We always encourage families. If there is ever a mom going, my daughter's here and she's looking for work, we'd be like, let's work together. Wherever she has her skills in, or whether we need to give her training,
Yeah.
we love it, honestly.
That's
Maybe
that's
they could be
that's true
working
women
in different
empowerment.
locations, but I would like, maybe I'm sitting down with the mom and we're talking about something, and I'd go to the daughter later going, oh, I met your mom. How is it? How do you guys, like, what's going on? And I'd
Yeah.
catch up on updates with them. And there was an instant when one of the daughters, she was actually moving back after a couple years of work to continue her studies. And it's because I knew the mom and daughter both, I could feel it on a personal level, and it was just like, it was really
Oh.
nice, and I would support her like wholeheartedly. I was like, go for it. If you ever need anything, just let me know when you're coming back, regardless of what you're doing. Maybe you're not into like the salon business ever and anymore, you want to come into like maybe the marketing team or the finance team, always welcome.
So you don't set boundaries. I mean,
Oh
that's
no,
that's so
never.
empowering that you are welcoming them. Not like if your mom is working as my maybe nail coordinator, then you also need to work
Oh
like the
no,
same.
not
No,
at
they're
all.
open.
They're
They can.
open to what they want to do. They can always dabble. And at least I can say 2 to 3 of our managers right now are someone who started off in an assistant position, like stylist assistant or a stylist themselves, a technician, and worked themselves up to being a manager right
Wow.
now. So we really believe in like growth, not just on a work level, on a personal level too. So anytime we can just sit down, communicate with them if they have any issues. uh, when I first joined the company, I found it very odd. Really, I'd be like, why are we so catering towards them? Like every single activity or policy, we're so carefully crafted around our girls. And I'd be like, why a company won't run that way? But as years went on, I understood that that's the best way to run a company. Really
That's true.
take
If you
care
take
of your
care of your
people.
people, yeah.
Yes.
So people take care of you.
Definitely. And I can say all of them are just wonderfully empowering women. So just really lucky to be in this field and working with them.
I'm sure, and they are also very lucky to have you around.
Thank you, thank you.
So, Hina, tell us one thing. What are the three latest marketing trends, for all the brands that are coming up? A lot of people are moving to Dubai from UK,
Yes.
from US, from India. Everybody is starting up with their brands, and nowadays brands means franchising. Brands means they want to go to they want to go global throughout. So, what is that three piece of advice that you would like to give them if they are coming to the beauty and fashion, beauty segment? I would say.
Uh, I mean, marketing is a very broad this thing abroad. We can always pick your niches, is what I would start with. If you're a company, if you are looking to start a business or sell a product or sell a service, find who your customers are. If this is your company is giving them the solution they need. So I would say start with your niche. Find who your audience is. It doesn't have to be the whole UAE. It doesn't have to be a certain nationality. It can be a very specific niche of women going, okay, this is who I want to target. And communicate what your brand is to them. I feel like consistency is very important. With your brand, you need to be consistent at all times. The brand message you're putting across, some may fail, some may not. Like it really depends on how you're putting it out there versus how they're receiving it. But end of the day, it's about how consistent you are with this thing, and just I don't want to say just keep a true heart or anything, and just be very respectful, like very honest with business processes.
So you feel honesty, persistence, and
Yes.
respect is something that
Yeah.
would take any brand to the next level.
Definitely would. I mean, for us, I would say that is one of our morals. If you look into our vision, missions, or company core values, we truly believe in one is the team you work with. The
True.
people where the team is respected, and the second is our clients, how they're feeling, and what we are as a brand. So these are three things that have always united us and kept us going till today.
Superb, superb. I really appreciate that, because I think, of course, genuinely the brands who are progressing, definitely somewhere or the other, that respect for their people
Yes.
is there. And that's how people continue for such 20,
Definitely.
25 years is a big time for
Yeah,
anybody to continue with the
definitely. Yeah.
same people or the same organization. And so, Hina, tell me, the customer behavior must have changed, from the time when we're talking about the companies around 30 years
Yes.
old. So what was the perspective of beauty at that time, and what is the perspective of beauty at this time? And you have
So
seen it through your, transitioning
yeah,
from the childhood
definitely.
to adulthood, I would say. So what do you feel is the transition?
I have seen it from a first perspective and also heard about it from not only our employees but the family members as well. I would say they were very conservative in the most respectful way, not conservative as if no, like that's not it kind of the thing. Very closed off. Like they would like to keep their own boundaries, our customers. They were lovely people. When I say lovely people, every Ramadan, every Eid, any occasion, we're getting food from them, we're getting gifts from them. The Eidi, which we
Wow.
call,
Yeah.
genuinely the best clientele we could ask for is these Emirati ladies. But back then they were a little more conservative as to what they want us to do versus, like, maybe it could be in regards to the services, or maybe even the way we're marketing it. So back in the day, if I had a man around the salon or near the premises, even if it's for maintenance, that would have been a bigger issue. Even in terms of, say, services, when it came to more European or Western services, they would frown upon it. They were not into like highlighting their hair or nail extensions or anything in that sense. But nowadays, I see that I will tell you, I have seen three generations also in
Yeah,
salons, not
that's
just
why
from
I
our
asked you this
son.
question, because you
I
have
have
transitioned
seen,
your
yes.
entire childhood over there.
Yeah, I still see the grandmoms, their granddaughters, the mothers, all of them coming to salons to this very day, and they're usually coming together. So what I would say, even the same generation, but at this time is more open. They're less conservative. They're still traditional. They love their values, which we also love, but they are more open-minded in some sense. So one of the biggest issue I would face in marketing is we would have to do in salon shoots during operational hours.
Yeah.
And we would have men on our team, which would always back in the day cause a lot of issues. It would really just
No, it is a complete no.
no, like don't even think about it. But now if we are to step in, and obviously we are in a space where they can't see us and we can't see them, and they're informed going, we have a shoot, we're going to be doing this, we are having men on this thing, but we will make sure that they're not entering your space or your service or your experience is not
Yeah,
getting
because it must be in a
compromised.
closed enclosure.
Yeah, so they're completely okay with it. But I remember even like say 7 years ago or 8 years ago, no.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, there are still people to this day, still clients who feel like that is not okay. They would be upset about it, but nowadays they're more open in any and all sense.
Okay, let me that really finds a very interesting question over there. So what was the service which people used to pick up earlier, like 20, 30 years back, and which is the most popular service now?
Henna. Henna was there.
Henna
Yes.
must have stayed all the time.
Yes.
But
henna,
what is that? What is that one thing that was not there 20, 25 years back, and now you see the younger kids coming, they only want that.
I would go somewhere towards maybe lash extensions, hair extensions, nail extensions.
Yes.
I think it's more towards those services, maybe hair colors.
Yeah.
I had a phase where I went through crazy colors.
Oh my God! Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
very
did,
interesting.
pink,
Do you get
green.
mom-daughter duos fighting over that this color? No, the mother doesn't want the girl to get.
Personally, I've never experienced it myself. I've never seen it myself, but we have a lot of younger girls. And I remember just stopping one of the kids. She seemed very young, so I was like, "Are you sure you're doing this? Is your mom okay with it?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Yeah, yeah." And I was like, "Are you here alone?" She goes, "Yeah, they just called the receptionist, the hairstylist. She told what I want, and I'm getting it done." And
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
"Okay, that's really nice." So I
Yeah.
see young teenagers come into the salons with their friends, and they're just chilling about getting their services done. But back in the day, it was like you come with your mom, there are specific services that you're
Yeah.
allowed to do, only those you can get done, and then wait for
The
your mom
times
to
have
finish.
way
Yes.
changed, I
Oh, really?
guess.
It has. Like, it surprises me how much the kids are, how much services they do, really. Like, our clientele, I would say, is anywhere from the ages 20 to 65,
Okay.
carrying all generations. But I see a lot of younger, this thing,
I
I
think
would
a lot of
say.
teenagers have now started coming
Yes,
in.
a lot of teenagers, and I would say the younger generation, like the Gen Alpha. I would say
The Gen Zs. Gen
No,
Zs,
not even
no,
Gen
no.
Zs.
Yeah,
Gen
those are
Alpha.
alphas. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're alphas right now.
Alphas.
So,
True, true.
so when I see them come in and they're so sure of what they want, they're like, "I want a haircut. I want it this way. I want to get my nails
Yeah,
in
they're
this
so
specific
specific. They're
color."
like Chat
And I
GPT, you
was
know?
like,
This inch. Just don't don't
and
go.
they're very specific, and I was like, wow, when I was their age, what was going through my
Yeah,
head when I was getting searched?
I hardly knew that these things exist.
Exactly. Like, I remember, like, anytime I wanted to get anything done, or even like for haircuts, mom would have to drag me and convince me, going, "No, Hina, this is gonna look good. It's what's trending right now." But I see kids nowadays just walking in, going, "I want this," and then
Yeah, they have the exact colors on their mobiles.
oh yeah, they have
They
their
have the exact
reference.
hair settings, the
No, but I
curls.
really love it for them because they're finding their personalities and they're really discovering who they are. And
Yeah, the
beauty lets you
clarity
do that.
is.
It kind of lets you experiment with how you want to be perceived or who you are. It can be something as simple, relaxed, like a spa day where you just want to unwind, or maybe it's a complete makeover for a special occasion. You're touching your milestone and you're coming towards us, and we're making that experience all that more beautiful for you. So it's really, beauty is in line with women always.
Yeah, and beauty is empowering
Oh,
nowadays.
it really
I would
is.
say.
I truly believe that anything to do with beauty only enhances your look, only makes you stand out, like how gorgeous you are. It does not change your looks.
True.
Everyone's just beautiful, and all we do is just enhance it for you. All we do is maybe just give you the right haircut or maybe the right makeup look to make you stand out.
Okay, now give us one advice or one tip for all the young girls over there. One beauty tip for all the young girls over there.
I would just say take it slow when it comes to getting a lot of services and wanting to look a specific way, because I know a lot of girls follow trends right now.
Right.
And rather than following trends, I would experiment, but try to find out who you are, maybe what suits you best. I think that's the best approach you can take to it, because end of the day, it's the confidence that beauty gives, and we want to build that confidence in you rather than a trend you're following. So I think that's something. I mean, this is something I tell my
That
younger
is
siblings
so,
as well.
so nicely said, that just believe in yourself and go out with, just try out things in a slow way.
Definitely, like, take it slow for me, rather than because in today's world, I understand that confidence and the way you look is very important.
Very important, true. And most of the
And-
kids are suffering from that. I
Yeah,
see that on
exactly.
their, the young girls, I see that on their faces.
They're very
how-
insecure. Maybe it could be very simple things. Maybe it's their haircut, or maybe it's dark circles.
It might be a small pimple that used to
like
give.
a tiny this thing that may not
Yeah.
even be a pimple. And I've seen girls just go crazy over it, going, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Baby, calm down."
And
it's
that was
okay."
something, I still remember that was something we used to cherish, that we are growing up. We have got a pimple. But now
Exactly.
it's a chaos.
So rather than being stressed out about how you want to fit in, maybe if they're just confident in themselves, that is something that will grow them even more, and they can learn to the whole talk about self-love. They can be more confident in themselves, more confident in their skin, and that is something Grand Flora says as a brand message as well, which I truly love.
Okay, so last but not the least,
Yes.
Hina, tell one message that Grand Flora wants to give to all the audience who are listening to us.
You put me on the spot. One message that Grand Flora would
One
like-
message, that why people should come to Grand Flora, or what is your prospective client who's listening to you right now?
I would say any and all women of any age is always welcome, and rather than saying it, we'd like to show them. So anytime they wanna,
superb.
anytime they wanna come in, experience, and they will understand all the things I've spoken about, really, because all of our clients, alhamdulillah, have been long-term clients. We have a lot of new footfall. We always retain them, and it's never anything special we're doing for them. It's just that the environment they're working with, the people they interact with, they really love it. So end of the day, just come towards us and you'll see.
Superb.
That is
So,
something.
that's very, very nice and humble of you, Hina.
Oh.
I've always seen you like that, and so it doesn't bring any any kind of worries or excitement. I know you are like that, and trust me, whosoever has come to Grand Flora for the first time as a client or as a friend has always been pampered to the best.
Yeah, I would like to ask you, like, let me switch up a little bit. How was
My
your
podcast
experience?
is being kidnapped now.
Oh, just for a tiny bit. So when you first heard about it, we first worked through Madi and we did an event together. So what was your take then? What was your impression of Grand Flora?
So that was the first time I
Yeah.
actually understood that that beauty also means something else to other people, and the kind of warmthness that I got from the employees who were working for Grand Flora. In fact, if you remember, you guys were there at the exhibition.
Yes.
And there only the kind of warmth I felt, the kind of love and that pampering I felt with those two people standing over there was the one thing that took me that let me took that step, that I wanted to meet the people who are at the back of this whole thing. And I was not surprised when I landed up in Grand Flora that
That
you were
was
so
my following
warm.
up question.
Yes.
So you are a Grand Flora customer.
I am.
Right
I'm
now.
a very happy and passionate Grand Flora customer. My daughter doesn't want to go anywhere else now.
Oh wow!
So-
I'm so glad to hear.
So I mean, this I'm telling because it's about the generations. It's about the family that you have created.
Yeah, definitely.
So whether it's a mother, whether it's a child, or whether it's the grandmother, they all feel the same way, connected to the environment as such over there.
Definitely. We believe women are of all generation are should be empowered, should be loved. And there is that part where it becomes a little different generation to generation on how they like that stuff. And we've always returned it. So we have the most traditional services you want to get versus the most innovative modern services. And we combine both of them to see what we can give you in the time that is given to us and what's expected of us.
It's an experiential zone, and I must say this experiential zone should be experienced by all the women in Dubai.
Oh, definitely.
So let me know whenever you want to land up to Grand Flora, and I would help you reach out to Hina or the centers and take the most of your time and get pampered.
Oh yes, definitely. We love pampering. I love getting pampered. So I mean,
I think every woman would love to get pampered.
no, growing up in the salon business, that is one thing. I've always been pampered. Like, FYI, like I don't know how to do my hair to this day. Like I cannot do my own hair, so I'm so spoiled that
Wow.
every single time I want to even do a simple blowout, I'll be running to the salon going, I need to get my hair done before I go here.
Of course, yeah.
But yes, always you're welcome. It was lovely.
Thank you so much,
Meeting
Hina,
and
for
speaking
taking
to you.
out time.